What a win. It's fun. That was a fun win. Fun win to be a part of. You know, our players, we talked in the locker room, we talked, you know, after the game at USC about, you know, just being all in and trusting each other, trusting the process. And we had some tough conversations, you know, throughout the week, offensively, defensively, of what we need to do and how we need to adjust and how we need to play better. And the response by our coaches, one, our offensive coordinator, our defensive coordinator, our offensive staff, defensive staff was outstanding. But more importantly, our players. You know, our players played with the hair on fire, played with detail, played with great fundamentals, and you know, just really proud of our kids, man. Really, really proud of our kids and how they played.
Start here on the left with Tony.
Building on that, I mean, essentially 200 in the air, 200 on the ground, like defense,
Balance.
sparking the offense. Just how much did this feel sort of like old time?
Felt like Michigan football. What it should feel like. You know, when you have a win, it feels like that. But you know, there's still things you look through, and offensively, we got to be able to get those 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1s. Those 4th and 1s we got to get. You know, so we'll go back to the drawing board on that and what we got to do to get better there. Because there's going to be games where it's going to come down to that, and we got to just do a better job there. I thought tackling was so much better on defense, and just fundamentally sound, because the quarterback is dangerous, the running back is dangerous. I think he leads the country in missed tackles or something like that, and just overall great job by our kids.
On the right, Chris.
Can you just talk about the defense as a whole, and then Cole's play and what a game changer that was first of all?
Yeah, it was unbelievable play. He just continues to find the ball in the moments that you need him, and in moments you need somebody to make a play. Sully always he just shows up, you know, and it's because he's always in the right position. He's always doing his job, doing it right, doing it full speed, whether it's on special teams, on defense, and that was huge. And then for us to score the next play was just great momentum. Jimmy Roeder gets an interception, we go down and score. Those are the things that you need as a team to go win. So it was huge, and as a defense, just tackled better, played with better fundamentals, played with better eyes. The basic things that you need to go win football games, and that's what we did.
And then any update on Evan Link and Rodmore and Justice?
Yeah, so Evan, not really sure. Doesn't look too good. I know it was a lower body thing, but we'll see. We'll see how he does. And Justice and Rod were game time decisions. You know, they practice throughout the week, and you know, we always err on the side of, even sometimes when they want to go, you know, making sure that they're full strength before we do anything. So they're game time decisions.
Ernest, okay?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
John.
Coach, could you have envisioned that kind of a defensive turnaround in 1 week? That was a little bit of a frustrating group last week.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at the weeks before, that's what it looked like. You know, it looked like that. So it was a little out of character last week and what it looked like in all phases, and it's just not one person to blame. We're a team. So as a team, we had to fix it, and you know, we got to keep doing it because we got a long way to go, and we got a lot of football left to play. We know we got a big game next week that I've already got my mind on right now. I got to give myself 24 hours. We got to give ourselves 24 hours, but I find myself wanting to go to the building and go watch the film on them right now. But I think they play at 3:30. They play at 3:30 today?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll watch that. But yeah, I mean, I just proud of the team, proud of the players.
In the back, Sam.
Were the tight ends being more involved with that decision that came before Klein and Hansen were ruled out? And can you just talk about how Zach Marshall and Tony Ellis stepped up in their absence?
Yeah, I mean, that's just something we thought we had to do throughout the game. You know, before those guys even, again, both of them, you know, possibly could go. They'll return soon, but that room is deep. I think Coach Kasula does a really good job coaching those guys, and all those guys have ability, and you saw it today in the run and pass game. You know, we think really highly of Zach Marshall, really highly of Deacon Tonelli, and we always talk about next man up, and in that room it's just the next guy's got to go, and it doesn't really matter who it is and what number it is, you got to go. So the decision was already made before that even happened.
In the front there, Aaron.
Sherrone, you mentioned those tough conversations that you had this week in practice. Could you just go into a little more detail what you felt like needed to be said and why you felt confident that you were listening and can respond to?
Yeah, those tough conversations stay in house. You know, there are conversations. Nobody else needs to hear what was said, but we responded. You know, everybody responded, offensively, defensively, special teams. We responded. So You got to have those. In any great organizations, in any great family, there's conflict, there's things that happen. You got to push each other, and we did that this week. But we got to continue to do it.